Welcome to Hammerfest. I like how I've just discovered it, even though I showed it when it first came out. Funnily enough, Fenno, the people who make Fishing Burnt Sea, like, they wanted to fly me out to, I think it was Hammerfest, and go on an actual boat for the launch of their game, and I was like, oh my god, they'd actually fly me to Norway. I've always wanted to go to Norway. I had to say no though, because I realised in the end, I don't really have any kind of interest in a fishing trawler game. I just thought, I can't, my heart's not in that. Was it Tromsø Island? Tromsø, yeah. I couldn't remember where it was. But I just thought I'd love to be flown out, but my heart's not in that kind of a game. So I had to decline. You thought you could turn them off in the options, just load the game in, isn't in traffic, headlighting, graphics options. Traffic headlights? Doesn't that sound like just traffic headlights though, not flashing headlights? Well, Mr. Big Time, I've played fishing sims, like, what's it called? Is it Planet... What's that game I played? Planet Fishing, and then there's a Dovetail one. I just thought, I just kind of ended up thinking, I'm just not interested in fishing. I'm just not. I don't know why. My dad was really into it. He loved going fishing. He took me a few times, but it doesn't do anything for me. And the idea of taking a boat out to, like, use a radar to find loads of blips in a radar, throw a massive net out, and then, like, haul it all in, throw it in the bank, go back to port and sell it for profit. Yes, it's a job, but as a sim, it doesn't interest me. Fishing is relaxing. I mean, I think that's why you did it, but you do have to have an interest in it, because you need to learn a bunch of things. You know, fish are creatures that you need to understand their habits in order to catch them. And it means learning those habits. Longer turning circle than I thought. You first, Dave. I think Fishing Planet is probably the best one out of the lot. The Dovetail one was rubbish. The Fishing Planet one's decent. We're in Hammerfest. Scotty B, welcome to the house, Scotty B. Thank you for your support, sir. Susan Stoll Height, welcome back. Outrun, welcome back. Have I missed anybody? EVD Hyde 1971, thank you for your support. Welcome to the Nut House. Ooh, level 97. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, Tom, this is the only legit one I have. Level up. Let's see. Johnny O, thank you for the bits. There's a parking space here. Looks like we woke up to some nasty weather. We'll have to get back to a town where we can buy a trailer.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Yikes. Let's do that one. Piggly for Wiggly, welcome back. Pondaroo, what's that on your face? Nothing. Yeah, so if we get back to our main town where there's a mechanic and stuff and a garage I can buy, then I can pick up the polished trailer and we can take some cargo then. Been waiting to be paid for work, ready for your New Year's outing. Found out that I had a grand paid in without me knowing, and don't know you're happy but annoyed at the same time. Wait, let me get this straight. You've been paid a grand without you knowing, and you're annoyed. Well, if you want to throw that grand over here, I'll be happy to be annoyed for you. Bob Monkhouse.
Retard.
Well, race departments, I put it to you, sir, that you should probably keep a better eye on your bank account than you currently do. Because if somebody can throw a grand in your account and you don't realise for a week... I mean... Okay, they should tell you in a payslip. But maybe you don't read your payslip anyway. Yeah, let's do that one. It'll just go just as quickly without me knowing. If I found a grand in my account, I would only be a grand overdrawn winner. like it's going to be a snowy journey. Need to get some fuel on the way. You cannot get more than 10 bits. 10 bits a month? TSD, why don't you sign up for the, what's it called? Twitch RPG? Have you seen that? Twitch's RPG is like called a research project group. If you sign up for it, whenever they have like a questionnaire or something, they usually pay like 100 bits or more. Every time just for filling a questionnaire in. That's a good way of getting some bits now and again. Santa's in the Maldives. It's too warm from there with that red and white suit. I haven't got a link. You'll have to Google it. It's probably rpg.twitch.tv or something like that. So do I, Connor. The amount of money that Amazon's got, I'm pretty certain they could afford to text people. You're missing real drivers, Mr. HDR. You should go to Truckers MP then. And experience real drivers. What? $1,100? Euros? 1,100 for doing 34 in a 30 zone from a cop car 30 meters in front of me in the dark. Are you actually having a laugh? It's just insane. You can't fit in that, blimey. It's a horrible fuel point. Tyler Vancouver, welcome back. This is why you got traffic offences turned off. There is that. Whoa. Bob Monkhouse, I want to buy a new game. Maximum budget, £20. Do you have any suggestions? Okay, without knowing what kind of game you like, Stormworks. There you go. Chat, have you got any better suggestions? I mean, in the Steam sale for 20 quid, you could probably get a 40 quid game, you know? Depends whether you're looking for something old or something new. Stellaris is $10 if you're into that kind of thing. RimWorld, yeah. I mean, yeah, you could play Fortnite for free. Save you 20 quid and buy a beer and play Fortnite. Good times. You could buy some of the ETS2 DLC that you're missing. Factorio. Dead by Daylight. Long Dark's on offer right now. Long Dark for £6. There you go. With the rest of the money, you can buy something else. You might be able to get Stormworks and Long Dark. Graphic options, headlights. Dude, do you actually think that's going to work? Graphic options. Let's see. Traffic headlights. So you want me to have traffic with no headlights on? Is that what you're saying? Get Factorio. Let's see how this works out, shall we? He flashed me. He still flashed me. It didn't do anything. It didn't do a thing. They've still got headlights on. I didn't click apply. Shh. I was actually testing just to see if you were awake. Traffic headlights. Oh, I'll click the apply button this time. I didn't do that last time because I wanted to make sure you're awake. They still flashed me. It still didn't make any difference. Wait till more spawn? Oh, you mean they spawned with headlights? So we have to wait for ones that spawn without a headlight. Wow. Personally, I would have just thought that was a global option for traffic, but hey, what do I know? You see, maybe it doesn't actually work, but SCS hasn't noticed because nobody turns it off. Oh, is that what it was? It's because I had my high beams on. Oh man, that explains it. I'm running realistic weather. I am indeed. So, explain to me why they've still got their headlights on when I turned it off in the options. You found this channel because of the Sunday Night Trucking song. Wow, that's an interesting way of getting here. Why then you're good at bug reports? Maybe it's because we're in a country where you have to have headlights turned on, so that overrides the setting in your options that says I don't want headlights. I'm not keen on the Volvo indicator sound. It's a bit clunky. Uh-oh. Guess he pressed the wrong button. There might be a leaky. Let's have a look what it's on. G underscore set. No, there's no headlights. G underscore headlights. No. Nope. No option for that. Let's turn our main beams off and see what happens. Looks like they've still got headlights. Oh boy, that's slippy. Yikes, that's slippy. Thought we're done then. Luke Stevens, thank you for half a year. See, I'm okay with, like, headlights being mandatory, but if I'm in a game and in-game options I say no headlights, that means no headlights. It means ignore what the real world says and turn off the headlights because this is my game. That's what that means. Hello. It could be mods over on it. It could be Hendo. It's the only reason I can think of. It could be the Frosty mod. I don't really understand why a mod would override something like that, though. And a mod shouldn't be able to override it anyway. Mrs. Squirrel just brought me a brew. That's what you heard, Doyle. Molten tea for the win. I'm using Frosty, I'm not using the alternative snow mods that go with it. Or the physics mod. Wait, what, Dave? So what now? You just swallowed a 15mm washer? That begs the question, Dave. What was a 15mm washer doing in your mouth? Yeah, but the thing is about it, Mike Smith Radio, the physics mod is kind of pointless because you can't take tires. You can't take winter tires, so the idea of a physics mod where it lays down, you know, 3 inches of snow and makes friction really low is like the whole experience is negated by the fact that you can't fit tires with chains on them, so you can't get the friction back. Therefore it's a pointless exercise because it's like driving through 3 inches of snow with just some normal rubber tires, and it's just silly because you shouldn't be able to go very far at all. You was fixing something, put the washer on your mouth to hold it there for some reason, swallowed it. Oh well, Dave. What you need, Dave, is a nice kebab to wash it down. I have too much traffic bar. All has a passenger, is this Mrs.? This guy. Nah, he's just hacking into the Fortnite servers to shut them down. I asked him why he's doing that, and he said he's trying to do us all a favour. Yeah, I remember that, Jace. I remember when the game was a lot more popular as well. Still, Jace, it's not bad for a 5-year-old game, is it? You got oxygen not included? I've got that. It's alright. It's interesting though, Bob. You asked for ideas, and I don't think I saw that as an idea that was suggested. Exactly, SMD. Exactly. Community. FSX is still on Twitch. Yeah, it is. It is still on Twitch. Not quite as FSX, just as Flight Simulator, but most people you see on Twitch playing FSX are actually playing P3D. Whoa! Not at the moment, Hammerjack, but it may be something I bring back. I shall be re-evaluating a few things over the next 2 weeks. Friday the 13th, the game. I don't think I've ever played it. I'm not sure, Nendez. I don't know if that's true. Tried P3D but realised I didn't enjoy playing it. P3D, like, I have a love-hate relationship with P3D. I get it, you know, I start with a fresh installation, I get it all working, I get it just how I want it, and it runs really well. You don't crash, and it runs great, and you think, oh, this is great, I've nailed it. And then one day, for no apparent reason, you fly it, and it just crashes on you. And you can't work out why. And then it's suddenly become unstable, and you've no idea why. You find the same with Adobe Premiere. Well, the problem with Adobe Premiere, Connor, is some of the updates they release fix bugs, but mostly it introduces new ones. So every patch you get is like, we've fixed all these bugs and we've introduced all of these new ones, and so you're perpetually in a state of trying to find a build that kind of doesn't have the bugs that affect you the most, if you see what I mean. That's what you're trying to do. Hang on a sec, let's get this download from Paulie. Let's get this kicked off while we're here. Ah, there it is. Right, I've got that file. Uh-oh, I just pressed the button and it's done something. What did I just press? There we go. You want to save to get an external GPU? An external GPU, Mrs. Frosty, what do you mean? Hang on, my chat's frozen. I don't know why it does this. There we go. Whoa. Yeah, when you alt-tab out, it forgets the position of your high-low range button, so you stick it in gear, and it goes vroom with the revs because it's not in the high range. GTX 1080 Ti is £600. So that's basically gone back to roughly where it used to be. That's not too bad, actually. That is a serious climb. You want a 2070? 10 series are fine. It's just the Nvidia marketing trying to convince you to buy like a 2080. You don't need it. You'd be better off with a 1080 Ti and spend the money you saved on other parts of your computer. You really would. Like, putting all your money into one component very rarely makes your machine fast. No, Dave, my case is different, mate, because all my components are going to be, like, top drawer, aren't they, Dave? Yeah? We're talking, like, M2 drives, left, right, and centre in an SSD, in a big RAID, Dave. Thank you, Plamsky. We'll be getting the trailer that goes with it soon as well, once we get to our garage. You would love someone to make you a PC, Mrs. Frosty. I'd love somebody to give me an Aston Martin, Mrs. Frosty, but you know, unfortunately we can't have these things, can we? Need to make friends with Samsung, Dave. Have you got any contacts, Dave? Let's talk to Samsung. You'd love to have free fuel? Yeah. Me too. I'd love somebody to buy me a plane. It's just a DLC, you never get weather on your games, TST. No, it's called the Frosty mod. Not necessarily Hammerjack, it was just something that came out. Aston Martin make nice cars. But, you know, if somebody wanted to give me a Ferrari or a McLaren instead, I'd be fine with that. You'd love a new mattress and an oven. That's interesting combination. Yeah, Baz, that would be great, mate. That would be so cool to have that. Hey, Dave. Why do you need a new PC, Dave? I thought you already had one with like two 1080s in it or something. Yeah, Cascade, that happens, man. You got one with two 1080 Ti's at the moment, only running 8700K. So you're going to take those cards out and drop it into a new motherboard. Illustrat. Only 8700K, you're suffering. Dave, do you play any games that utilize both of those cards, like, properly? Thank you, Plemsky. Because when I had SLI, I kind of found it really hard to play something that really drove both cards. Same, Baz. Water cooled by 1080 Ti, it's been working fine. It is hit and miss, yeah. It works well in those graphics tests that you can run. You know, the ones that give you a score. Like, it works well in those, but for a lot of games, they just don't take advantage of it properly. You have a Titan X here that's never been out of the box. What? No, you don't, Twixer. I don't have 4K. But I have three 1080s. Yeah, 3 screens. My graphics card drives 3 screens. Yeah, Slane, it's even funnier when you read of, like, having 4 1080 Ti's in there. You're like, 4 1080 Ti's? It's not like this scales. Like, if I drop 4 in, it'll be 4 times quicker. Nope. Good afternoon from Utah. Good afternoon, sir. No, I was referring to 3 screens. Because he mentioned, oh, if you've got a 1080 Ti, you need to have a 4K screen. And I was like, no, you don't. I don't have a 4K screen. I have 3 1080 screens. Yeah, but like I say, Slane, you're better off not spending the money on that and spending the money on your PC. You don't trust water cooling, Jace. Mine's working fine. You're a fan of air cooling over water cooling, Milton. Why is that? I don't know, Mrs. Frosty. She will use it. I guarantee it. She's used one for years. You asked NVIDIA for 4 2080 Ti's. You doubt you'll get them. If they give you 2, you'll be happy. 4? Flipping heck, Dave. Definitely not, James. Nah. N10 SE Capricorn with a bullseye, 50 months. Love your streams. Happy New Year to you and the rest of the Squirrel family. Happy New Year to you, N10. If you go to the Bangladesh Noctua, you can get similar temps for most systems in the long term and a lot less hassle. Dave, did we stuck Noctua fans on my water cool system, didn't we? This water cool system I've got, I've never had a PC as quiet as that. Tusker, it depends how you make them, but yeah. Ugly fans, awesome performance. Yeah, they've not really had any maintenance, have they, Dave? We need to do something about that. Maybe change the liquid or something. Yeah, but Kamikaze Pug, you still have to have vents and holes for the air to move through, and the sound escapes through that, doesn't it? Personally, and I've always said this, I would rather have my PC in a different room. That's my ideal setup. Just have my keyboard, mice, monitors, peripherals in a room, and have the actual engine as such in a different room. Nicoliath, thank you for 3 years. Wishing you and all the nutters a good 2019 when it arrives. Have a good one, Nicoliath. Enjoy the acorn. Custom loop, not the best reliability. Again, Maximouse, the machine that Dave built for me. I've not had to do anything to it. I did see the truck back into the bus. I was sat here chatting while the AI was like... It's not showing people subbing or anniversary. Really? So Nikolai's sub didn't come up. I'll have to watch out on the next one. Came up, says Bigfoot. I know that you have many visitors on chat, but I'm feeling ignored. I've said hello many times when you're streaming, Tyron. Sorry, dude. I literally haven't seen one message. I tried to read everyone's. I missed yours. Nordic Night Fury Walkaback. Scopes, thank you for 4 months. Happy New Year, Nuthouse. That came up. Yes, it did. Kamikaze. Guys, didn't you build a system, Dave, for what the guy out of Game of Thrones? What's his name? Hodor. I don't know the actor's name. Didn't you build a system for Hodor? I think that's like the best, man. You must have been so tempted, Dave, when you built the machine for him and you went to his house to deliver it, and you're holding the machine. And he opens the door and you just go, hold the door and walk in. You're like, oh, I got it in. Hodor. Oh, you're still doing it? Oh, man. Dave, please try to slip that into the conversation. Just say to him, hold the door as you walk through with the PC. You've got to do it. Aaron Evans, yeah, I'm here tomorrow. It'd be even better if there was somebody else there with a mobile phone just recording it. That would be YouTube viral. He probably has heard the joke a million times. But it doesn't make it any less funny for Dave. You fly to California to get the case made from one of the modders, then I'm going to do the build. Nice. Is he having a Game of Thrones case, Dave? If you need me to come along and be cameraman, Dave, I can do that. If you're going to pull the Hodor gag. He's having a WoW case. Nice. Does he play WoW? I bet you he's like an orc fighter. I bet he doesn't play an elven mage, put it that way. Building him a hoard chest. Nice. So his PC is actually going to be like a hoard chest.